Hey everybody, this is the Kid. Um, this is the first time I've ever done a review of a pay-per-view. It was Tna Slammiversary 2012, and there was some ups and downs to this pay-per-view. It could have been a lot better than what it was. Considering it was supposed to be its 10-year anniversary, I think it could be a lot better than what it was. Now let's start with the opener, Hulk Hogan coming out to a massive pop. That was a good cheer for him, and him talking for 15 minutes was too long, I thought. Because, I mean, yeah, we all knew that when Samoa Joe and Austin Aries was going to be for the title. I think that was predictable. Great match. Best match of the night by far, I'd say. Obviously, Austin Aries got the victory there, but, man, what he did with Samoa Joe in the ring was just awesome. That was actually, if you get the pay-per-view, please watch that match, because that is awesome. That was the best match of the night in my book. I thought that at the end when they touched the fists, that was pretty good. Yeah, good respect. I'm only going to review like just about it, not the whole thing. I'll do the whole pay-per-view, but just the main things. Then you had one of the filling matches, Kid Kash versus Hernandez. Considering both blokes haven't been on TV for a while, they just chucked those two together. So I hate when they do matches like that. It was okay. Some highlights there. Hernandez diving over the ropes. Kid Kash, you know, Hernandez was always going to win that. There was no surprise there. Hernandez picking up the victory there. The next match, Robbie E and Robbie T versus Garrett Bischoff and Devon. It was an average match. Wasn't too exciting. They seriously should get Rob Terry out of the whole Jersey Shore bullshit, because he could be the future if they do a decent storyline. I'm just saying. So scale of 1 to 10, that match really was about a 5. You know, good guys winning. I'm just gonna say it now. Garrett possibly down the future is going to get a television title shot against Devon. I'm probably guessing. The next match I thought was quite good. Anderson versus Hardy versus RVD. Now, if I'm getting the order wrong, I apologise. I actually thought Hardy was going to win that, but Anderson picked up the victory, which makes it really interesting to see him as #1 contender. Crimson's open challenge, even though everyone was chanting Goldberg, and to be honest, Goldberg is not going to step foot in that place. Crimson ends up facing James Storm, and James Storm picks up the victory and ends a 460 whatever streak. What I was disappointed in that match was Crimson. You had a really good storyline there building, and you fuck it up just by, not even any near falls, just James Storm wins, like, just no build up, just chuck in James Storm, and I don't see why Crimson lost to James Storm. I think that's bad on TNA's behalf. I thought Crimson could have done, you know, gone through the roster, actually defeated like people like Sting and Kurt, and maybe the title shot, and then he wins the title, then he's got the title, and they end the streak, and then have an upcoming star beat him. I don't know, it's just, out of all the opponents, Crimson versus James Storm, I wouldn't have picked James Storm. Sting, Hall of Fame, that was good. But the only problem I have with Sting being in the Hall of Fame is he hasn't been there since day one. And I look at guys like Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn. They pioneered the X Division. They started it. Raven was there for a while, and you look at the early days, you had, you know, America's Most Wanted, Team Canada. So, well done, Sting gets Hall of Fame, that's alright. Gail Kim versus Miss Testmont, whatever, Brooke Adams, whatever you want to call her. Hogan changed the name, but still putting the title on Brooke was just, Gail Kim actually is the best women's wrestler there, and you take the title off her after she had a long run. That was an upset. Seriously, why the fuck they gave her the title? Who knows? Who cares? I skipped that match completely. Bully Ray versus Joseph Park / Abyss. You know, the whole going under the ring thing, I'm assuming that they used a double for that. Joseph Park beats Bully Ray. That's all I'm going to say. It was pretty boring. Christian Cage coming out and saying, good on you TNA fans for sticking by the product, and he waffled on for a bit. And I was just thinking, the crowd wasn't actually cheering him. It was like almost dead silent. They weren't giving him the reaction that I thought. Number one, TNA made a deal to bring Christian Cage in. Didn't make much of an impact. No fun intended. AJ Styles and Angle versus Kaz and Daniels. Great match. But I get upset when they put two main eventers as a tag team. You know, I'd love to have seen Kaz and Daniels get the win there, but AJ and Styles, new tag team champions. I thought, come on. I don't see that being a long-term thing. Even one day, probably Styles will go heel and probably turn on Angle. The main event, Rude versus Sting. I actually thought that Rude was going to keep this. I think, you know, after all the weeks of Sting putting the Scorpion Deathlock on him, eventually Rude would win. Christian, I thought, was actually going to help Rude. I thought maybe that would be a good time. But, no, they didn't. They only had Christian come out and do a thing. Overall pay-per-view, like I said, Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, great match. Second best match was AJ and Styles versus Kaz Daniels. Very disappointing. So now you've got Anderson versus Rude for the title on Impact. I don't see Anderson winning that. But, and I don't like the fact that they just chuck AJ with Angle. I thought that was disappointing. And they'll probably continue the Abyss, Bully Ray, Joseph Park bullshit. Brooke will still probably defend title against Gail Kim, and hopefully Gail Kim wins. Where they go with Crimson now is just, they've pretty much fucked him up. Rob Terry should get rid of Robbie E. I'm just saying. And if I had to rate this pay-per-view out of 10, I don't know how much you guys in America pay for your pay-per-views, but it's not worth $30-40 if you pay for that. I think personally, $25 was good enough. I mean, Samoa Joe versus Austin Aries, former Ring of Honor, both of them, I think that was the best one of the lot. And when you think about the roster, you got Kurt Angle from WE, Christian Cage from WE, Bully Ray, WE, Brooke, Gail, WE, Anderson Hardy, RVD, WE, Devon. It's mostly like a WE roster, if you really think about it. They all came from WE, you know, but I suppose, you know, you got to look after Styles, and he's been there from day one. Kaz and Daniels, just to lose like that was... What do I predict in the future? Well, they've got to do something with Rod Terry, that gimmick shit. Bring back Magnus. I think he needs to come back, and maybe even get like a whole new X Division lineup. I mean, I was thinking, put Austin Aries in the main event picture. Have him defend not only the X Division title, but maybe even win a heavyweight title. So he's X Division heavyweight champion. For all those people that think Goldberg will come to TNA, I don't think TNA could afford him. And if they do, you're more likely, if you want to be honest, you're more likely to see Randy Orton, TNA, the way things are going. Not worth buying Slammiversary. If you're going to download it, I'd download it. I'm not, because I think Samoa Joe and Austin Aries was the best match of the night. There's no point of watching the Bully Ray thing. There's no point of watching a women's title match. I think Anderson Hardy RVD is worth a watch, but you know, the whole Christian Cage, you think he would have made a bigger impact, but so yeah, that very disappointing pay-per-view, but I'd say that's more better than WE's No Way Out with John Cena and Laurinaitis. Yeah, very disappointing TNA. I mean, they were building it up, well, you know, biggest pay-per-view, you know, of the year kind of thing, if you don't count Bound for Glory. But yeah, I'd rather see, you know, if you want to go for the title, I'd say Gail Kim versus Evangelina Love. Tag team titles. Interesting that they were on the line. I don't believe they should have been. Anyway, that's the Slammiversary. I don't do TNA pay-per-views or WE pay-per-views reviews. I just do my own shit on here. So if you want to see something entertaining, probably more than that pay-per-view, watch some of my videos on here on my account. There's stupid dancing, stupid singing, me being drunk, me being emotional, but you know, at least it's real, not like what you see on TV. As for the AJ Styles Dixie Carter storyline, I think it's just it's going to come to a stage where, you know, the husband's going to get involved and he's going to take out AJ, and AJ's going to lose the titles with angles. So maybe even putting him as a maybe, I don't know, heel maybe down the track. So this has been my review of TNA Slammiversary 2010. Leave your thoughts. Press like, press dislike. I don't give a fuck. Watch my other vids, and yeah, if you want to ask me anything, I'm Australian, so if you want to see how we view wrestling down here, by all means, leave questions below. Tell your friends. Just like I said, if you, I want this video to get 50 to 100 views. That's all I'm asking. So yeah, short video. Doesn't go as long as most videos on here on reviews. So thank you for watching.